All right, we got a fun one today. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today, we are going to talk about full self-driving Tesla full self-driving. And is it actually worth it? I get this question a lot from people that want to book a call with me. They ask me, should they plunk down that full $15,000 for full self-driving? And I always tell them the same answer time and time after again. So today we're going to go over full self-driving. What are my thoughts on it? Should you get it? My own story with full self-driving and kind of what the process I went through. Of course, it's completely different now, but we'll go through all of that and also give you my thoughts on it. And I want to hear from you guys. Do you currently have full self-driving? Do you have just a subscription? Are you thinking about doing it? Do you have it now on your order, or are you going to remove it right before delivery? So I want to get your thoughts on it. But today we're going to talk about should you get full self or Tesla full self-driving? But let's run that intro really quick. So welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. My name is Dennis. I've had 3 Teslas so far, a Tesla Model 3, a Model Y, and a Model S. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, which is basically getting the best deal on the Tesla or selling your Tesla for the highest dollar or getting the best financing on a Tesla. Because even though Tesla is not a dealership, it's still, there's still tricks and stuff in how to get the best deal on one. So definitely hit that like if you're enjoying it, and definitely hit that subscribe. And check out that link below in the description if you're interested in a one-on-one call or something like that. But let's get into the video. So full self-driving. So Tesla full self-driving is expensive. So let's just build one really quick. So this is a brand new Tesla Model Y on Tesla.com. If I were to go with the long range, it's $66,000 right now, and I'm not going to get it supposedly till December or April of 2023. But spoiler alert, if you place an order right now, you'll probably get it this year, most likely. But so let's just go with the base one. So cheap, white paint, free paint, 19-inch rims, no tow hitch, black interior, 5-seat. Go really cheap. But this is where it gets tricky. So enhanced autopilot, I actually think enhanced autopilot is semi worth it. Maybe not $6,000, but if you're looking for that party trick to show off all your friends, then that might be something to actually get. Hopefully they come out with a subscription for that. But full self-driving at $15,000. Let's just go ahead and add that just to see. That brings a Model Y long range to $81,000 before taxes or fees or anything like that. If you were to add that to a performance, what does that do? That brings to $85,000. That's insane. Almost $90,000 for a Model Y with full self-driving. So let's talk about it. Is full self-driving actually worth it? Well, most people don't actually know that what you're actually looking for when you buy a Tesla is actually just autopilot, just that feature that keeps you in the lane, keeps you from swerving out of the lane, adjust your speed in stop and go traffic. That's really what you want. So I'd actually recommend do not plunk down $15,000 and don't finance it. Don't do anything, because you're not going to get any of that value back whether you get into an accident, unfortunately, or if you go to sell it. The used car market does not value full self-driving. It definitely doesn't value it at $15,000. It maybe values it at like $3,000, maybe $4,000 in the used car market. And I've had experience with this firsthand. My first Tesla was a 2019 Tesla Model 3 Stealth Performance, and back at that point, full self-driving was $6,000. And I got tricked into buying it. So I plunked down that $6,000 and I waited. And at that time, full self-driving only came with the enhanced autopilot features. So it was all party trick, parlor gimmick features. And the only thing that I actually used on a daily basis was this auto lane change feature. And that basically allows you to stay in autopilot, hit the turn signal, and the car would change lanes for you. You can still do this now without autopilot. Without full self-driving, you just have to turn off autopilot, make the lane change manually, and then throw it back into autopilot. So a little bit of an annoyance, but the enhanced autopilot gives you that feature. And of course, full self-driving also gives you that feature. But full self-driving, that's this enhanced functionality of basic autopilot and enhanced autopilot, but it gives you autopilot in city modes and also gives you traffic light and stop sign control. It basically allows you to drive into the city with autopilot. and to the but when you pay for the full self-driving, you actually don't even get into that full self-driving beta. And so most people don't know is to actually get the full self-driving beta, you actually have to have a safety score of above 80 to 90. It keeps changing. I think the most recent thing is a above score 80. And this is basically, you give Tesla permission to basically watch you and how you drive to see if you're safe enough to be able to be added to the beta full self-driving program. So after you plunk down the $15,000, you're not actually added into any sort of full self-driving beta. You then actually have to drive pretty much safely to then get added to the program. And then you finally have full self-driving beta, which is the true full self-driving, which even then, I've been in a car with this full self-driving beta, and it's you know, you gotta get used to it. It takes getting used to autopilot, and it definitely takes getting used to full self-driving within city limits everywhere. And that's the video. That's where you actually see it in those videos. But just know that you're not actually getting into that program right away. You have to A, first pay the $15,000, and then B, drive safely, and then C, wait to get invited from the program after you have an 80 to 90 above score. So my recommendation, and that I recommend to most, is to actually just subscribe. So actually just subscribe to the full self-driving subscription service, which is $200 a month. So don't plunk down the $15,000. Subscribe to it first, or even wait till the full self-driving is released to a more wider profile, a wider driver base. You can track this by all the different news releases. So here's Tesla Motors Club, in which is a forum thread just basically following all the full self-driving beta releases and like when it's going to be released at 80 score or lower in the US and Canada. But I would just wait till it's to a wider release and then plunk down the $200 a month to see if you actually would like it, if you can actually use it within the city, within your driving habits and all that stuff. And then if you absolutely must need it and want to pay the $15,000, then I would then recommend you to pay the $15,000 again. But first, test it for a few months. Test it at this low cost or relatively low cost compared to that $15,000 at $200 a month. Do that first, and maybe even tier it. Maybe do the enhanced autopilot first at $99 a month. See if that's worth it, and then tier up to the $200 a month. Those are the two recommendations. I do not recommend you plunking down that $15,000. You're not going to get any value of that back within the car or reselling it like years down the line. And also the worst thing is you gotta plan, like knock on wood, like if you get into any sort of accident and the car is a total loss, which Tesla vehicles can total loss a lot easier because that battery underneath will then just completely, no one wants to try and fix that. So if that gets damaged, they're just going to toll that. You're not going to get any value, or you're going to get a lot less value than the $15,000 that you spent on full self-driving. So definitely not worth it in my opinion. But let me know your guys' thoughts on the full self-driving. Are you a firm believer? Do you believe in robo-taxis and investing $15,000, or are you going to, test it out first with this subscription? So hopefully this video helps you guys out. Please hit that like if you enjoying so far. But this video is also sponsored by my Calendly link. If you're looking for that one-on-one call with someone that you just have to have questions on how to buy a Tesla or get the best deal, you can actually schedule a call with me down below in the description. It's a 15 to 30 minute call, and where you can ask me any questions one-on-one. And after you schedule the call, you actually get a link to my buying guide that has links to all the resources that I use to get the best deal at the best possible financing rate, or even where to sell your car or Tesla at the best rate as well. But let's see, let's get first question here. ME, what do you think this Model S buying than a base Model 3? So what do you think, like buying a used Model S than buying a new base Model 3? I actually get this question a lot, so I should make a video on this. That's tough because the newer Model 3s have leagues far ahead technology that the older Model S's do not have. So I would just recommend go test driving both. See if you can handle the older Model S technology, then I would make the decision from there. I personally want the newer one, but now after I've driven a new Model S with the air suspension, I don't know, it's tough. It's really tough. I think if you can get a Model 3 with the new suspension, of course not air suspension, then I would go for that. But that is definitely tough. Vietnamese Style, welcome to this video. Is it a scam, fam? Yes, I believe $15,000 is not worth it Instead, the TLDR is just do the subscription, the $200 a month subscription instead. And then if you absolutely think you must need it and you've got the safety score and all that stuff and you get the full self-driving beta, then go ahead and maybe plunk down the $15,000. I would actually only plunk down the $15,000 if robo-taxis was like on the next cutting edge or something like right around the corner, but who knows. The link is a Facebook marketplace that has a new battery, 903013 Model S. Yeah, go drive it. Go drive it and see if you can handle a new one and if you can handle a used Model S. That would be my opinion. You can definitely easily go drive a Model Y or Model 3 at a Tesla showroom because they got inventory. You can go see one. Ooh, yeah, what if SFD is 7K? Would it be worth it? That's a little bit tougher. I would still recommend the $200 a month subscription because what is that? $7,000 divided by 200. You got a lot of burn. That's what, 3 to 4 years of burn runway. And by then, there's going to be another new Tesla with new hardware, with new AP software, all this stuff that's just going to make that old Tesla obsolete. So it's like a revolving turntable. So really, really tough in my opinion. But thanks for watching this quick video on the full self-driving and whether I think it's worth it or not. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Hope you guys are having a good night, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.